Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. In today's video, we're in the Morrell Park section of far northeast Philadelphia in a little wooded area along Morrell Ave. Now, it was said that there is a concrete bridge that goes across Byberry Creek, which is right behind me. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But we're going to go over it. And there's a trail that follows past that through the woods. Now, this trail used to be called Morrell Street, I believe. Not 100% sure. But it led up to Edward Morrell's estate. That was the only thing that was here at the time, and this entire section was named after him. So we're going to go check it out. I've never actually been in here, even though it's not far from my house and not far from where Morrell Park is. So we might actually go back over there and check something out that I wanted to see. Not 100% sure. We'll see how cold I get. If it's not too bad, then we'll go over there and check it out. If not, it'll wait till another time. Anyway, we're going to check this out today. So we're going to go across this bridge, take the trail up, and see if there's any more remnants other than the bridge of the Morrell Estate. So let's go check it out. So here we are on the side of Byberry Creek, which is actually a runoff from Pequessing Creek, which you have seen in many of my earlier videos. It's also the same creek that runs alongside Dinosaur Lake, but not this one. This is just a runoff of Pequessing. So I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch where I'm walking so I don't trip over anything. And as I said, I've never been in these woods. I know the area very well. I've been coming to the area of Morrell Park pretty much my whole life. In fact, my son used to live in Morrell Park. So I've spent a lot of time here. You can see down there the bridge. Oh, it looks like we may not be able to cross it. That kind of sucks. I may have to do some climbing. Here I thought I was going to be able to get over it, but I mean, no biggie. If worse comes to worse, I could just go up on Morrell and then come back down to here. Maybe I can get up here. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Okay, so I gave it a shot. I don't think I can get up this way. But maybe on this side. Whoa. I almost hit my head, and that would have been really bad. This metal thing sticking out. But anyway, lots of glass around here too. But maybe I can cheat and just go over through the rocks. And yes, I'm going to continue to film, just in case I slip. I don't think I will, though. I said as I almost slipped. All right. Got to navigate these rocks. That's a big gap there. And it's hard to see with my sunglasses on. Let me take them off. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a definite slip, so I think I might just go up there. That's the safer bet. So now I'm on the other side. I was over there, and now I'm over here. But we'll get on top of that bridge, and we'll start from there. And from what I understand, alongside these houses on my right, there's a trail that I hope is still there that goes up, that was the road that led to the estate. Okay, see, now this I can get on. So here we are on the bridge. over by Berry Creek. My car is parked up there. And go out to the edge here so you can see what I was dealing with. Keeping in mind, I'm only 5'9", so I don't have much in the way of height in my favor with that. So now we'll just look for the trail out this way. Well, I have found a trail. It's not the trail, and there's a lot of fences just out here in the middle of the woods. I wouldn't think that I'd be trespassing because there would be signs. There are houses off to my right. But that trail should be between me and the houses right there, that road, because that lines up with that bridge. I just don't understand why there would be fences here. The low-flying plane is due to that I'm not far from the Far Northeast Airport, which is just a small airport for those of you not from the area. Yeah, there is a definite fence here, but this tree is taking care of that fence, so I can't get over it. I'm just trying to judge whether or not I should be in here. I mean, it's here for a reason, right? But I don't see any signs that say private property or anything, so it's just baffling me. I don't know, let me figure this out and I'll turn you back on. So I think I may have figured it out. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that there's a golf course down by Grant and Frankford. I forget what the country club's called off the top of my head. Might be called Torresdale something. And that land might be part of what's owned by them, because I can see through the trees down that way it's nothing but like well-maintained grass, so that could be the golf course. So I'm going to see if I can go around that side of the fence from the bridge. It looked kind of thick with the brush, but maybe I can squeeze my way through it. Still trying to work my way through this. I got through some of it. The bridge is right there. A lot of down trees and thorns. Man, normally I wouldn't have a problem with this, but I got the camera in one hand, I got the coffee in the other hand. It's just really thick, and the trees around me are creaking, and with as many down trees as there are, kind of makes me a little nervous. I don't know if I'm going to get past that one. Well, you would think that, like, for all the people that hang out in the wooded areas around here, that there'd be a trail going back here, but there's not. I mean, we're on what used to be the road, as far as I can tell. But there's a lot of things in my way here. It's like I almost feel like if we can get past this, then we'll be okay. Just a lot of dead branches sticking up. I don't know if I'm gonna get past that. Might have to find another way around to get back onto this trail. Gonna have to look at my maps. Be right back. So after checking my maps, I found that really the only way I can get back there is going to be to go up to John Hancock Elementary School and try to go in from there. I'm hoping that not like that there's no fencing blocking my way. I'm hoping it's just open and I can just walk back there. But we shall see. Again, I apologize for the wind, but I may have to go all the way around the school here to get to the woods. This area where the school is right about the area where Edward Morrell's estate was. And I was hoping we'd have that trail all the way up here, but no such luck. It's the front of John Hancock. And I'm hoping that around the corner here we can get into the woods. Well, we are in the woods. It's still windy as hell. The wind did stop until I hit record. But again, we're met with the fence from the golf course. And even though there's no signs that say no trespassing, I'm still not going to do it. But the road would be down this way. Like that fence would probably be like right in the middle of the road, and you could kind of see it on the other side of the fence there, right down that way. Oh, if my camera would stay still. So you can kind of see it, sort of. That's where the road would have been, and that would have led up to over here, right around this area, because I believe this is like the highest point of Morrell Park. And I'll show you the view from the school parking lot so you can see out pretty far, and I can understand why they would have their estate on top of this if they owned all this land. That would be Edward and his wife. Her name escapes me at the time, but I think it's Louise. Let me check my notes here. Yes. So it was Edward and Louise Morrell. They built this place here that's no longer here back in the late 1800s, and let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it was the late 1800s. They had their hand in a lot of different things for the area. They actually made an amusement park because they hosted a lot of parties. They entertained a lot of people, and they built an amusement park for the children of the people that would come, and eventually opened that up to the public in the early 1900s, I believe it was. That amusement park is no longer there. I've read conflicting reports as to where it was. One report showed me that it used to be over on Frankfurt Ave near Convent Lane, like on the other side where the playground and the field is, that it used to be there. And then another report that I read from Wikipedia, for however much you put stock in Wikipedia, because that's just people putting stuff up, it's not official, said that the entrance to the park was over at Knights in Frankfurt, right where the SEPTA bus turnaround is. So I don't know which one to believe. I've only seen one picture of that amusement park, just the entrance, and you can't tell where it is because there's a bunch of wooded areas surrounding it, so it could be anywhere. But they had that. They, let's see, they were involved with a boys club, I believe. I'm gonna turn this off because the wind's kicking up really bad. So you can kind of see the golf course through the trees there. So anyway, I believe that park that they made was called Torresdale Park, and there's none of its remains left at all. They did give some of their amusement rides to the Willow Grove Park, but that is now a mall, so God knows where they went after that, if they even still exist anywhere. But apparently Edward died in 1917, I believe it was, and he died actually in Colorado Springs, and they had his body moved out here, and he was oddly enough buried over at Eden Hall, which is over at Fleur Park. So here's the view from up here. You can see quite a ways around here in all directions. But this wind is really killing me. hoping the audio isn't too bad. So it was just way too windy out there, and there wasn't really much else to see because a lot of it was fenced off. And as you all know, I do not go anywhere where I am trespassing. So I decided to leave there, and I'm going to Morrell Park because, as I mentioned, unless I edited it out because of the wind, that Edward Morrell was actually buried over at Eden Hall, which is at Morrell Park. I did that video a couple videos ago, and I'm going to go over and attempt to find where the cemetery was there. Excuse me. The cemetery was in an area that I walked over last time, where the wrought iron fence was. So I want to see if there's any evidence of that there. Now, it's said that they moved the bodies from that cemetery in the 1970s and took them somewhere else. I can't help but wonder if they only moved the headstones, you know, like pulled a poltergeist. But, you know, anything's possible. But I'm heading over there now, and next thing you will see is we will be at that grotto again. So here we are, Morrell Park. Somewhere around down here, down this little hill, if the brush wasn't there, this is about where the cemetery should be, based on what I read and what a couple people told me. So anyway, should be coming up to this soon, I hope, because it is kind of cold out. And of course, I didn't bring gloves because, you know, I'm an idiot. So we're here at the shrine slash grotto, whatever the heck you want to call it. And I still think this is so cool. But anyway, I'm mostly standing here to escape the wind. As I said, it's pretty cold out and the wind doesn't help. But over towards the right, down that way, on the other side of the non-existent creek, is where the cemetery should be. I think I was told it's about 100 feet that way or something like that. So we'll go check that out. On our way over now, and as I said, Edward Morrell was not buried here, but his family had like a tomb or whatever you want to call that, and it was somewhere here. And you can see the wrought iron fence right here. And then there's another one off to the right somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it looks different than this. But this is the type of thing you would see around a cemetery, so we might be standing right where it was, or it might have been just on the other side of that, because all these houses weren't there at the time. I'm going to see if I can find the other fence and look around and see if there's any evidence of a cemetery. So that piece of carpet is still here, but I didn't come from this way. When I saw this, I came from that way up there. So I'm going to try going this way, because I remember when I was walking up there on the right, there looked to be like a little concrete barrier down this way. So maybe we'll get a better shot of that now, if I can maneuver my way through these little branches. Although it doesn't look like I'm going to get very far, but we'll see how far I get. If not, I'll go back up there and walk around the way that I walked before. The only thing is, coming this way, I won't see that other piece of wrought iron fence. But there is just like a random little crater here. Maybe that's left over from where they dug out the bodies when they moved them. If they moved them. Piece of concrete and a brick. That could be what's left of one of those tombs. So who knows, this could have been what's left of the tomb that Edward Morrell was in. Maybe. A lot of little pieces of concrete and bricks around. And my apologies for, in a lot of the videos lately, you hear me sniffle every once in a while. But that happens when you're out in the cold. Especially when you're not dressed properly for it. I mean, I do have layers on, but it's still going through all the layers. And if you just use your imagination a little bit, you can kind of see this being the layout of a cemetery without the trees and the brush. Like I can almost imagine seeing the headstones around. It's got like a little hill to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Another little dugout area there. I just keep looking for areas that I can walk through without there being a lot of, I don't even know if you want to call it brush anymore at this point, because there's no leaves on it, but I guess you could still call it brush. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back up that way. I know there's a trail up there, and because this seems to pretty much be as far as I can go, so down here. So we'll go up there and then keep going. All right, found our way back up towards the trail. There's the sidewalk, which makes perfect sense now that there's a sidewalk, if there was in fact a cemetery back here. I mean, I know there was. And there's part of the concrete wall. I don't know what that would have been for. Maybe, I don't know. Wouldn't be for retaining the water from the creek down there that doesn't exist. So maybe this was just like the beginning of the cemetery, and it went from here out that way. Only speculating at this point because I don't know for sure. I still have not delved deeply into the history of this place. I'm saving that video for warmer weather. But I think that other style wrought iron fence was down this way somewhere. Maybe. Or maybe I already passed it, I don't know. Kind of came across that by accident, I think. Probably should have watched my other video. But I didn't know I was going to come here, actually. I thought most of my video was going to be over at Morrell Park, because from the maps that I saw, it looked like that the trail just went on from the bridge. But apparently a lot of trees have fallen and a lot of brush has grown up since that map that I saw. But yeah, we're right about where the cemetery was. I don't know how big it was, but that's where Edward Morrell was. And then he was moved, apparently. So the cemetery would have been out this way, or could have been out this way. Hopefully I'll come across a map of the entire place at one point, so that I can actually go to each spot where the buildings were and say, you know, the church was here, the dormitories were here, so on and so forth. But for now, we'll just work our way back to the grotto slash shrine. Another sidewalk here too. And another wall in front of it. So there's this wall that goes down that way. Sidewalk on the other side of it. And then this wall with a sidewalk on the other side of it. And yet more walls actually. So this is really weird. One there and one on the other side. Hopefully I'll be able to find not just maps, but like pictures of what this place used to look like. I mean, I know there's pictures of Eden Hall itself when it was still standing but abandoned, and a lot of people did come here and stuff and hang out and ride dirt bikes and all that through here, but I never knew this place existed, so unfortunately I never got to see it while it was standing. Would have been pretty creepy looking and cool, I think. Go back on this sidewalk here. Work our way back. More concrete. And over by the tree as well. So, I guess I want to end this up here. So if this is your first time here, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and make sure that you hit the notification bell and select all. In doing so, this will keep you in the loop as to when I put new videos up. I plan on going a lot of different places. I don't know exactly where yet, but I am doing some research. I can't travel too far at the moment, but there will be new places coming. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see those when they come up, as a car alarm goes off in the distance. Also, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up to let me know that you like the video. I know that every once in a while I do get a thumbs down, but that's bound to happen on YouTube. But I get more likes than I do dislikes, and I get a lot of compliments, and it really makes me happy. I appreciate everybody who compliments my videos or the progress that we did over at Neshaminy State Park. You have all been awesome with that, and I'm glad that everybody appreciates it. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, as you do on all my videos. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. So I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.